logged us out on this computer because I used my laptop last time. I was wrong.
Yeah, that would be something.
It would be something indeed. I think it's going live on here. I can see it on
We are
my.
live now.
Oh, we.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to that Beautiful Life podcast. And I can't see the chat. Just letting you guys know tonight, I may not be able to see the chat. I'm gonna refresh the page where the podcast is played in my. Yeah, it's not for whatever reason. Google is broken on my screen. I think it has to do with an update. I think I may need to update my browser, but we're not gonna do that until after the podcast. So yeah, I will look at the chat on my phone. Hey McNalu, what's up? Yo. I'm gonna if you see me looking down like this, it's because I'm looking at the chat on my phone because I can't see it
Yeah.
on my desktop because it's
Yeah. Hello, Nalu.
Google being weird. Hello, welcome to That Beautiful Life podcast. This is episode 209 of That Beautiful Life, 90 of That Beautiful Life podcast. My name is Chris Campbell, sitting here in the beautiful Red United Kingdom, talking to the beautiful Roger Bergstrom, all the way in Stockholm, Sweden. Rog, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. A bit tired today, otherwise good. It's how should I put it? It's the last run here
Mm-hmm.
towards the end when it comes to this album I've been working with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's yeah, I'm in a good mood, but I also realized something that I'm getting to in a second when we're going to talk about what we've been doing in the week. Or maybe I should get into it. We can start
You can go into
straight
it.
off the bat.
Jump straight
Boom.
in.
Here we go. Boom. So since last time, yeah, right, last Wednesday. Yeah, okay. So on Friday last
Mhm,
week, which was the day before the Swedish National Day,
mhm.
we played the concert, the gig I was talking about with
Right.
Capital 59. It was a lot of fun. It was quite a few people, good audience, and Annalie, my family was there listening as well. And no, it went really well. It was a good energy. We shared the stage with two other bands.
Mhm,
We started to play at 9 p.m. So we played about 1 hour and 10 minutes around something like that. So
mhm,
yeah, it was great fun. So that was yeah, it was successful. It was nice. And then it's been a good weekend. We've had pretty good weather, I would say.
mhm.
Now it's been coming. Actually, when I was at the gym just before the podcast, it was raining heavily for like 10 minutes. It's like tropic rain, and then boop, gone, and the sun started to shine again. So it's been great. But no, it's been good. But as said, my focus now is to get to the end when it comes to all this work with exporting files, exporting stems for the project,
Mhm,
and it's been going pretty well. But as said, I have learned one thing when it comes to this procedure,
mhm.
which next time I'll do it, I'll save a lot of time. It's a
Yeah.
technical thing within my DAW, my digital workstation, that I can
Mhm,
take advantage of that I couldn't do this time because I had another setup for the project. So I can't like redo that and just,
mhm,
well, I'm not going into detail, but that's that. But there's one thing that started to like bother me a bit because I we write mail back and forth with this library, and we said that we're going to try to finish this now before Midsummer's Eve, which
mhm,
is next Friday here in Sweden.
mhm,
That's like is it the 19th? Right,
mhm,
19th, 1.5 week from now. And I know, since I've been doing this now for some time, and how long time it takes, and
mhm,
especially all these individual stems, they take a long time to make and to export. So, and then I realized, wait, hold on, there's something coming up. And I think I mentioned this to you like last time, at least after the podcast. My brother-in-law,
Yeah.
Kent, yeah, he's having his 60th birthday. He's gonna have a big party. It's gonna be like 350 people. It's crazy. He has so many friends down there, and it's the south part of Sweden. And we, meaning me, Annalie, Isaac, and Adam, are supposed to drive down. It takes like 5.5, 6 hours to drive. It's quite far,
Mhm,
500 kilometers. So drive down on Friday. The party is on Saturday, and then like stay for Sunday, and then go back on Monday.
mhm.
But then I started to think, oh, okay, that's 4 days of no work, and I'm like, uh, not good timing.
You
I
gotta
mean,
figure it out.
Yeah, I thought, I mean, since if we go back maybe 1.5, 2 months, I thought
Mm-hmm.
that, well, I'm going to be done with this before he's going to
Mm-hmm.
have this part because we've known it for like 2, 3 months. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I have now taken the decision, and I talked with Annalie yesterday. I said, you know what? You go down, you have a good time. I need to stay home and work. That's basically what I'm going to do. I need to shut the door behind me and just s- fix this.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it doesn't feel great, but at the same time, if I go down and like the days passes by down there, even though we might have a good time on Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
this is all I'm gonna think of.
Mm-hmm.
Like every morning, every evening, oh my God, clock, tick tock, tick tock. Because if I come back on Monday evening and start this work on Tuesday, I only have a few days, and it's not gonna be it. I need this 1.5 week without interruptions to
Mm-hmm.
do this.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that. That's a bit of a hoo sad thing, but it
It's
is
not.
what it is.
Look, here's the
You
thing.
know,
You got to think about it like this. You've got the house to yourself. The family's
yeah.
gonna be gone. You could walk around with no clothes. Man spread everywhere.
Man spread every day from
Every
Friday,
day.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oh, great.
It's all yours. It is all yours. Just basically just drag your button everything so that you mark your
Yeah,
territory. That's all you gotta do. You just take the
true.
positives out of it. You may not be able to go there, but just think you could have gaming time throughout the whole
Oh,
night.
true.
You could be like, look, oh, you know
I
what?
forgot that.
At this particular time, I would have probably gone to talk to Anley about something. I don't have to. I can just play my VGMA games. So
You're right. I
you
haven't
got
thought about it,
you've
but
got
it's
all this
true.
time to yourself. You could be doing so many cool things. I'm
Oh,
gonna randomly call you at midnight because I'm like, look, you know what?
exactly.
It's not gonna wake up Annalie. It's just him at home. I'm like, yo, Rog, I know it's like midnight. He'd be like, no, don't worry, it's all right.
True.
I'm playing VGMA games. It's all cool.
You know. Pew pew. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. You know what? Actually, I
That's
was
yeah.
talking to some colleagues in work about Pew Pew because one of my colleagues she came over to my desk, right, and she was showing me, she's like, Q, I got prestige and on my assault rifle in Call of Duty, and she was like showing me all this other stuff. I was like, you know what? I was like, my best
Okay.
friend in Poland and in Sweden would love this. Like he's so into like his Pew Pews, his shooters. But yeah, I was like, you know what? That's cool. That's very cool. I personally don't have a prestige gun, but it's all right.
It's all right. Yeah.
So yeah, that's she's maxed out her assault rifle. So yeah, it did make me think of you while I was in work.
I
Uh,
totally understand why. Yeah,
and then
yeah,
there's
yeah.
more people in work that I'm finding out that are gamers. So we're sharing
Mm.
gamer tags around the office. Like I'm
Oh, that's funny.
collecting gamers from the office. So I've got one guy. He basically sent me his gamer tags on Teams. So he's got Xbox, he's got PlayStation, he's got Switch. So because when he saw me in the hallways, because I said to him, oh, we're gonna need to exchange gamer tags because I heard that you're a gamer from Stuart, and he was like. He's like, yeah, we should. I'll send it to you before the end of the day. And then we forgot. And then he saw me in the hallway as we were going to the toilets. And he was like, he's like, Q, I won't forget to send you that thing. And I was like, he's like, what console do you have? I was like, I've got Xbox, I've got PlayStation, I've got Switch. He's like, a man after my own heart. And he sent over all of his gamer tags. So I was like, all right, cool, yes. And then
Cool.
we had a new guy come in this week from Birmingham. And so he's his name's Callum, and he came in the office, and Callum's kind of quiet. He's just like, because he's a new guy, he's like
Mm.
he's quiet in the office, he's chilling and so forth. And then what happened is my printer wants to update. It will turn off right now.
Oh,
Yeah, I just canceled the update.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
what happened is that I was like, Callum, what do you do, man? Because I didn't know actually. I was actually asking what does he do like in the company, but
Yeah.
he was like at work or personal. I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. I was like, yeah, both. So he said like at work he's one of the admins of something. I can't remember what he does,
Mm.
but that was unimportant. The important stuff is that he's a gamer and he has an Xbox, and I was like, yo, we gotta exchange gamer tags. So I'm just collecting my gamer bros and gamer sisters in the office. That's basically what I've been doing.
Cool, but that's funny. Yeah, that's
Yep.
nice.
Collecting the gamers, put them under one banner, all gamers in the office. And then
Mm.
we'll have like a gamer battle royale
Exactly.
like in the office, especially like maybe we come on a Friday when everyone's kind of calm and stuff, and just like everyone pull out their Steam decks and ROG allies and laptops. It's like kick your ass. So who knows? Who
Yeah,
knows?
who knows? But talking about that, talking about your job and the office and everything, because I'm done with my week and everything. I think the main thing again was the concert for sure.
Mhm.
Uh, but how has it been since last week? What have you been? I mean, you've been
I
working
mean,
obviously,
I've
but
been working on designs for a web page.
yeah, right.
So we've been designing pages for the company website. Or I should say I've been designing them. And
Mhm.
today I got written up by my manager because she said I didn't scope it properly, and that it wasn't. I thought she was. I thought it was a bit harsh to write me up for that because I felt like I did a good job with it. She was like, "Look, I felt like you dropped a few things and focused on this, but I was like, this was the priority, right? I thought I supposed to like focus on this right now." But she disagreed. We had a meeting this afternoon. We chatted about it.
Yeah, okay.
But she did write me up, which I said so. I said, look, because she was like, did you not expect this? I was like, no. I was like, I said I anticipated that we might have a conversation, but I didn't expect you to write me up. I was like, look, because for me, I felt like it was not necessary. I think especially considering the quality of the work I gave. I mean, when you see the pages for what we had to what we given, it's amazing. And even after she'd written me up, because she was saying, "Oh, you know what? If you thought it was gonna take too long, whatever, you could have just like said to me like you can't do it." And even after she'd written me up and stuff, and we had a whole chat and stuff, she showed me a page she was working on. She was like, it just doesn't look good. I wish like you could like make it better. And I was just thinking to myself, no, I was like, I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
good.
I'm not doing that. I'm gonna look at the things I have to do. I'm like, look, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have your expectations in check. I could do this, but I'm not going to because it's gonna take time away from other stuff. Because you're gonna just write me up. I'm not doing it. So yeah, it was no,
Mm,
and I know I have a meeting with her tomorrow. That's gonna be another. It's gonna be a performance review, and based on the meeting we had today, I'm not very, I'm not looking forward to it, to be honest. But it's gonna happen. It was already scheduled, so it was,
yeah.
which again, to me, I was like, look, if you wanted to raise this particular thing, you could have raised it in the performance review tomorrow. I don't see the reason why you had to do something separate to write me up on this. But um, yeah, it just came off a bit unnecessary and, for lack of a better word, I'd say a bit petty, a bit like, look, I got you there with this thing, and look, I I get it, in a sense, like, and that's what I said to her, look, you. She's like, oh, I'm just following procedure. I was like, look, I get you following procedure, but I think when it comes to working with people, right, sometimes you have to like, for sometimes you have to not just look at things and they're like, oh, I need to follow procedure to the letter, because
Mm,
then what happens is you break relationships with people. You get to a point where people
yeah.
don't want to go the extra mile for you or put in the extra effort, or will outright try to sabotage you or whatever else. I'm not that kind of person to do that, but at the same time, I am aware that there are other people in my office that don't really fancy her because of that kind of the way in which she goes about certain things. It's like people are sort of like hush hush and sort of like
Mm,
distant and stuff like that because of the fact that she is known to be that kind of way,
mm,
and I get following the rules, but some rules are made to be broken sometimes. And I don't mean like just to do bad things. I mean it in the sense of like, if we're hitting what we need to hit and we are working towards what we need to work towards, then I don't see why we need to sort of say, like, a good example is, there's a rule that we need to email before if we're running late, text before, if you're running late, it has to be written. That's the rule.
mm.
But my manager expects that she's not going to respond to a text message from me early in the morning. She said it's okay, just give her a call. So I call her,
Mm.
sorry, no, actually, no, sorry, I'm correct. It's not text. I think it is call. I think I'm supposed to call, not text, right?
Aha, okay.
But she's like, no, just text me. I'm not going to pick up my phone. So I text. I text, but that's not the rule. That's against the rules. If you look at the rule, the guidebook of what we're supposed to do, I'm
Yeah.
supposed to text. So that's an example of like, rules are made to be broken. I'm understanding the fact that, look, you know what, like, you have a kid and you've got life, and no one wants to pick up their phone in the morning to get someone to say, oh, I'm sick, I can't come in, or train's broken down, I can't. Like, it's not necessary. I could send a quick text message, say, hey, the train's not running, blah blah blah, this is the problem, I'll see you in like half an hour later or whatever have you. That's reasonable. But I think to a certain extent it's just and I don't think she's a bad person. I genuinely don't think she is a bad person. I think she's just one of those people who, there's some people who are just such sticklers to the rules, like they have to follow the rules to the letter and they can't break it. She's just one of those people, and I think it you being those type of people, you work really well by yourself. You just don't work well with people. I think it's like you're really good at working by yourself, but when it involves other people, and other people are unpredictable because life and everything happens around it, you tend to have you may have a situation whereby you'll break relationships. And I think when it comes to work and working with people, especially in a corporate environment, relationships matter more than anything else. I think the relationships you have with people, the relationships you build with people, can either make or break your business. Because if you can't start and maintain strong relationships with people, you'll constantly have turnover. People will just come and go, come and go. And what happens every time you have to hire a new person and go through the whole training process and all that kind of stuff, you're losing. That's just that's lost time, that's lost productivity and so forth. And I think I genuinely think that's just how people should work together. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to take care of my family. I'm doing a job. I'm doing what I can. It is what it is. I roll with the punches at the end of the day, and that's just it. But I was having a chat with my brother today about just working corporate, for example, and he was just like, look, he was saying to his missus, if I have to work corporate for the rest of my life, I will feel like I've failed. He's like, I need to get out there. I need to do something with my hands. I need to feel like I'm doing something. Like, just sitting there in an office, staring at the screen, it's not it. And I was just thinking the same thing as he was saying. I was just like, bloody hell. Yeah. That's how I felt today. I felt like, this is brain numbing. And it's despite the fact that I like working behind a screen, I just don't like working in the office environment. If I'm being around people, can be a bit much sometimes. And that's despite the fact that I get on with pretty much everyone else in the office. I have great, and granted, I do get on well enough with my manager. It's not like, even despite the fact that she wrote me up.
You guys will solve this as well. Sometimes you just have to turn page. It's just important that both do it at the same time, I guess. That's me.
Yeah.
So it's I mean, you have this conversation tomorrow. be yourself, but be cool, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah, we'll see how tomorrow. We'll see how tomorrow goes.
Yeah.
Other than that, I am currently we sort of had a birthday bash for sort of like a dinner for Xavi on Sunday. So the whole family turned up, and we had a few Xavi's girlfriend turned up as well, and it was just nice. It was a nice day out. We went to this nice pub. They had like virtual golf, and they had table tennis and so forth, and there was food, like chips and burgers and wings and that kind of stuff. So we had that, and everyone just sort of ate and hung out and chatted and just caught up, really and truly. It was absolutely wonderful. So there's been that, and I will say, genuinely speaking, for the most part for this week, I have really just been getting him from work, taking Emmy, wrapping her onto me, going to the kitchen, cooking, then on some days running a wash, hanging out with the boys, then eating, that kind of stuff. I do a little quick workout in the afternoon, and then I play a little eFootball in the night before bed. Usually I have Xavi with me, but I don't think I'll have him with me for the rest of the week because he's got some exams or something coming up. So he's just like, look, Dad, I'm just giving you a heads up, so sort of like temper your expectations. I'll be studying, so you won't have me coming and playing no eFootball with you and that. I was like, look, it's all right. leveler. I cried on the inside.
Yeah, of course, of course.
No. But yeah,
Quiet man's tears. Yeah.
quiet man's tears. Yeah, exactly. So no,
Ah,
that's it. That's been my week. It's been
it sounds good. It's interesting when you started to talk about, especially. I mean, how can I forget these things? It's definitely a sign that I am tired. I mean, I mentioned the concert. Yeah, sure, it was one of the bigger things happening.
yeah.
But at the same time, there's two other things that I forgot to mention.
Go for
On
it.
on Sunday, it was this big event, like
Mhm.
out at there's a big green area in the like northern part of the city,
Mhm.
which is pretty cool. It's a huge open area,
Mhm.
which is good for the people that lives around there, of course. But they do have like different things going on there, and each year, and it has to do with the Swedish prince.
Mhm.
He was very into motorsports and
Mhm.
cars. And I think I mentioned this. Adam has been there. This was the second year he had his Pontiac Firebird there. You know, there's
Mhm.
a lot of veteran cars and cool old cars, and they have these races even, around the area, which is more like a fun thing, but it's pretty cool. And they have some a competition, or almost I would say a kind of a combination of a almost like a cosplay thing, but with the cars, meaning that some has like jeeps from the Second World War, and
Mhm.
dresses also as soldiers and people from that time.
Mhm.
One has a car like, you think about the like mafia game or movies, like
Mhm.
from a car from the 1920s or 30s or 40s even,
Mhm.
and they are dressing, like with these suits and everything, and it's really cool. It's really cool to see a lot of people. It's a big thing, and a lot of people. So we were there on Sunday. It was nice. It was
The
pretty
whole
okay
family or
weather.
just you and Adam?
Yeah, no, the whole family, the whole family.
Mm. Do
So
you
that
have
that was.
pictures from the event?
I think we have.
I will
I do
assume
think we have.
Annalie would have pictures.
Yeah, of course. She takes pictures all the time, and so does Adam. And I think Isaac has started to do that. Not me so much, but that's
Mm.
that's old news.
Well, I mean that's
Yeah,
what
but
they're for. You're there to
yeah.
experience this stuff and make sure that they're safe. You know, you're like the bodyguard. You know, you're the muscle while they're taking the pictures. Hey, hey, hey! Don't touch the camera, guy.
Yeah, true, true. No, no, it's I'm gonna take a look and see if I can send you a pic or two. But
Mhm.
either way, a good event, nice event.
Mhm.
And then Isaac, as you know, he has now. They had their kind of exam, if you will,
Yeah.
on Friday.
Mhm.
Uh, so was it Friday? No, god damn, it was it was Monday evening. Hello, it's Wednesday. It was Monday evening. I'm so tired.
Bro, I'm in the
Um,
same boat. Don't worry about it. We're in the
yeah, yeah,
same
okay,
boat.
it's fine. So high five. It was at the Swedish like Film Institute. It's a
Mhm.
quite big building with a few theaters, like movie theaters. And so we could see the movies they've made,
Ooh.
which was really nice. So there was a lot of people there, all like the students, if you will, because there are two like grades, the first and the second. I mean, Isaac was in the first batch, and he's, as you may know, he's going to continue. So when the fall comes back, he's starting his second year. Uh, but it was really nice to see. I was surprised when it comes to the quality. It was
You
really
impressed?
good.
Ooh.
Yes, I was impressed. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, they are, they are learning this, right? But
I
it
think
was,
for me I'm not surprised. I'm not because the thing is that considering the fact that what Isaac was able to do as a
yes, yeah, of
teenager,
course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think now having a bit more formal education in something that he's already like got the skill for, and then considering the fact that he's the stuff he's done with development and all that kind of stuff, I think from that perspective, from that angle, knowing him in that sense, as well as the fact that how much he loves films,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I kind of as expected him to just bring the next big indie film. Like literally, I was just like, whatever he brings out is gonna be exceptional. And I'm not even
Yeah,
kidding. That was literally my expectation the whole time. I was like, whatever he puts out there, is gonna be amazing. It's gonna blow everything out of the water. And when I see it, I'm like, holy crap! Because that's how I felt about his stop motion when he did stop motion and stuff. I was like, bloody hell, he's doing that at that age, at 15? No way!
Yeah. Of course, it's true what you say. On the other hand, there's so many people at the same
Mm-hmm.
time, and there are at least like 5, 6 people working together with this,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. But either way, it was a nice evening. I also met a musician there and his wife
Ooh.
that I played together with. This guy in a band with this Swedish celebrity Kalle, he's called. Either way, haven't seen him in a few years.
Mm-hmm.
So it was great, but that was nice. It was a nice evening. They went on afterwards, of course. So Isaac came home late. It's been late evenings. I had late evening after the gig I had, and he had late. So it's been. I think that's also has been. I haven't really been catching up with sleep, if I gotta be honest. But no, but it's a good week. A lot of things has been happening, as you hear, and I forgot so much. I feel so bad about it. But and the weather most of the time has been good. And I just want to say, since Nalu is also talking about the weather, and this refers to what is starting tomorrow,
Yeah.
because I definitely gonna watch some football as well. Because as you say, it's high temperature. It's like
Mm-hmm.
43 degrees Celsius
Mm-hmm.
for the week. That is crazy. Dry
Mental.
heat. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be tough for everyone to play. I think some European players though are used from before to play in different places when it comes to being really hot.
Mm-hmm.
Not maybe on a regular basis, but those that have been playing like championships before.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but either way, it's tough. It's not like we're not talking. I mean, 30 is hot. 30 degrees Celsius is hot. If you go over 40, oh my, oh my.
Yeah, that's gonna be quite that's gonna be quite human. I think a lot of players are gonna struggle. I think
Yeah,
I think
sure. I
if
hope they
if
drink
it were up to me,
water.
I think this World Cup should have been held in the winter or something, or at least in the spring, because for like right now, when you consider that most of Europe, especially Northern Europe, or Eastern Europe, is a bit more is a bit colder. It's a bit cooler. English players are not going to be able to stand that heat because when we get 20 degrees here, people can't even breathe. Like it is hard.
Yeah.
And now, granted, I'm from the tropics. Your boy can handle the heat. I could take it. I could take it, right? Like I'll be out there, like, yo, what's up? I'll be out there in a
Yeah,
hoodie.
but even so, I mean, of course, I totally get it. But even so, when it climbs over 40 degrees and you're supposed to run for 90 minutes,
You're not doing that. You're not doing that. I was listening to a pundit, a
I
football
know,
pundit, talking about it, and he was just saying
I
that
know you don't play like that. I know.
you walk. He was like, you
Yeah,
walk
you
in that
walk.
temperature. Exactly. I will also be checking out the match tomorrow. It is being held in Mexico. Your boy will be checking it
Yeah,
out.
right.
That's
I saw
it's
that.
it's Mexico versus South Africa. If I had to choose a team to back in this match, you know what? I don't actually have any odds on either of those teams, to be honest. Looking at this group, it's Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and and Czechia. I think in this group, the teams that will get out of this group, my money's on. I don't think South Africa is going to get out of the group. They're just
No,
not known to be that big a
I
team.
don't think so. No.
I think South Korea is going to make it out, and I think
Mm.
it's going to be a toss up between Czechia and Mexico. I would
Yeah.
hope Mexico would get through the group because they're a host nation. So it does, like, I hope they get through because it kind of looks bad if you like get knocked out of your group, and more likely than not you've got an easy group because you're a host nation. But we'll see how it goes. Looking at the brackets, I think of the three host nations, because it's Mexico, Canada, and the United States of America
Mm.
that's hosting the tournament. I would say the team that I think is least likely to get out of their group is, let me just see what Canada has faced, and I'll tell you. Let's see what they have. Canada is in what group? Canada is
Yeah,
in.
let me hear.
Let me check. Let's see. They are in group. Oh, they're in group B. All right. Canada is in a group with Bosnia, Qatar, and
Hmm.
Switzerland. I think Qatar
Okay.
was really good at the last World Cup, so I'm not.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, they beat Argentina, so I'm not like they could do it. They could get out of this group. Um, Switzerland, maybe. I think Canada can get out of their group. It might be a bit of work. I think for Mexico, similarly, they could get out of their group it might be a bit of a week. The US has Paraguay, Turkey, and Australia. I think that's a hard group to get out.
Yes, that's harder.
I think that's hard
At least
because
for the US. Yeah.
Turkey is a good team. Australia, I think, is probably the underdog. I think they're the ones that I think they don't make it out. But Paraguay is like Paraguay has played against the US before. They'll beat them. I think they could take them out.
I think so too.
So I think the team that makes out of their group that has the best odds is Mexico. Because Mexico has a really good team. Because they're a football nation. They actually care about football. They actually love football.
Yeah, absolutely, they are.
And I think they only have to worry about Czechia and South Africa. I think South Africa they don't have to worry about. So Czechia and South Korea, they just have to beat those, and they should be fine. That's my opinion. That's what I think.
It's hard to know about Czechia. Czechia could be. I mean, they have good football players.
They do.
They have been performing. They can sometimes be the underdog, and you really they can beat some of the better teams.
They can.
They have a good day, and they can play pretty well actually.
And
I mean, this is interesting though. It's nice to hear. And now that you ask about what Q would pick from Netherlands versus Japan.
Oh, my money's on Japan. My money's on Japan. Yeah. I think the Netherlands is a better team, like in the sense of like. Sorry, I think the Netherlands has better players. I think Japan has been getting crazy good over the years. I think didn't Japan beat someone like really highly ranked recently?
Yeah, they did.
So
but I gotta be honest. Even so, yeah, I think they can. Yeah, but I think Netherlands will win.
Your money's on the Netherlands. Ooh, yes. Right.
England. Okay, this is also a bit tricky. Croatia is a bit almost like Czechia.
Yeah,
yeah, you know what I mean when I say that. They can but even better, I would say.
I think they're better than Czechia, hands down.
Yeah, they are. And Croatia they can beat England.
Yeah. Croatia can beat anyone, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. I think on their day, Luka Modric doing what Luka Modric does, they'll beat anyone. As far as I'm concerned, I think Luka Modric on a Luka Modric day where he's just like, look, I'm gonna just do my thing. He'll tear apart any team. My money's on Luka. I think he's got. Granted, it's 2 teams come out of that group. The group in England. I think.
What group is it? The teams.
It's got Ghana, Panama, England, and Croatia.
Okay, well.
I think Panama is the weak team in there. Ghana has been good. I mean, who does Ghana have? If I'm correct, Ghana has a few players who play in the Premier League. And looking at their last matches they played, they drew against Wales. They lost to Mexico. Again, Mexico is top. Austria beat them 5-1 and Germany beat them 2-1. So I think they could drop. I think it would be England and Croatia to get out of this group. I think it would be, but never underestimate Ghana. They could steal points from someone. I think.
Who knows?
I think the group there's Portugal, Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. I think Colombia and Portugal go through. I don't even want to guess for the other two.
Yeah. No. That's even maybe the safest group.
That's a safe bet. Save your money in that group. The group with Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. That's a hard one because Algeria is a good team. Austria is a good team. Argentina is a good team. That's a hard bet. Algeria and Austria, I think Argentina gets through.
I would be surprised if Argentina wouldn't make it. That would be weird. But
they are bad at the group stage. So last World Cup, they were terrible in the group stage, and then somehow they brought it together at the end. So
that's true.
Possible. France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. Ooh.
This is an interesting group.
Yeah, forget Iraq. Let's forget them. Senegal, Norway, and France. Oh my God, that's gonna be sick.
I would be surprised if France and Norway actually.
I think. Remember, Senegal won the AFCON last time. I
know that they're good.
I think they can take. Here's what I think. I think Haaland scores a crap ton of goals. I think Senegal take the second spot. I think Senegal does. It would be interesting to see Norway do it because it's Haaland. You'd love to see him do something amazing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, oh man, I could see Senegal going deep. I could see them going deep. They're not an easy team to play against. They're tough.
No. That's why I added what I said. I mean, it's not No, I don't know.
Mm.
I say Norway also, of course, since I mean it's our neighbors.
You're gonna
I want
have
them to
to.
win.
Did you see their World Cup
Nah, but
pictures? They got Viking stuff
yes,
on.
yeah, they are so
Oh,
cool.
they are
And but
cool.
the times we live in, the times we live in, you know the aftermath of that.
Or did people say some crap about it?
A lot.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's right extreme. It's
Really?
racist. Yes.
But they're Norwegian. They were Vikings. What the
Yes.
hell? How's it
Yes.
racist?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
god, this
It's their heritage.
stupid people. Let's ignore them.
Yeah, let's ignore them. It was manly, you know
It
what
was
I
man,
mean?
literally, it's so cool. Haaland,
Yeah, he
oh my
looked
god,
badass.
he is
He looked
badass. Oh my god, Haaland is awesome, dude.
I got so mad when I saw that. I had to stop reading the comments from some people. It's just
You gotta. I think to a certain extent, some of this you kind of have to just push the crap aside and just
yeah.
like there's constructive critique. There's good. There's when you criticize something for a constructive reason and it makes sense. Yeah, all right, cool, fair game. But when you just want to chat shit, that's just chat shit. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's not racist because they're Norwegian. So I don't see any argument about that. Like if it was Senegal wearing Viking outfits, you could make that argument per se because they're not Norwegian. So it's not racist. Number one, and number two, it's cool. Like Vikings are cool. I mean, I think we can all agree that I mean, historically, yes, Vikings did a bunch of stuff, but in modern times, I think we all view Vikings as cool, right? Like, I mean, we've played God of War, we've watched Viking films and all that kind of stuff. Come on, man, like. No, Norway is cool. Forget that.
Yeah, it's a bit tiresome, but it is what it is. But either way, hard to say though. Yeah, Norway, Senegal.
I don't know. It's a toss up. It's a toss. I think England go through. I think they have a solid. I think Kane is going to tear it up. I think they have a great team. I think if England gets knocked out, it'll be a complete letdown because of the fact of what they have. But it's the World Cup. Anything can happen.
Exactly.
You've got
what
Spain.
Do we have left, then? Yeah, exactly. Go.
Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay in the same group. I think Uruguay and Spain go through.
Yes.
I don't know anything about Cape Verde. Saudi Arabia did decent in the last World Cup, but I don't think they get through.
They aren't strong enough to beat those two. No.
I think those two have won the World Cup before. They're big teams and they have good current players right now on their team. I think they sweep them. Next group is Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Egypt and Belgium. I think Egypt and Belgium. I don't think Iran gets through. I don't think New Zealand gets through because if I'm correct, Iran has to travel for their matches because I think they have a visa. Their visa is just to enter the country for their match and leave after their match because I think their base is in Mexico. So if they have a match in the US, they will have to fly into the US to play that match and then fly back out to the night. If you're traveling like that in between matches, I don't see how you make it through. But I'll say this one caveat, but because of this current situation between Iran and the US, I feel like they'll fight hard as hard as possible to get through the group. It would be absolutely hilarious if they run into the US in the next group, like they make it out and they're like, oh, this is who we play. That would be match of the tournament. I think everyone would be watching that match like with keen eyes. So, do I think they'll get through? No, but if they get through, I'd be intrigued to see how far they make it and if they end up getting matched up against the US, if the US also happen to make it through their group, which I also don't think they'll make it either. Next group would be Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, and Tunisia. Now, this group, we got biases in this group, right? So we were just going to say Sweden gets through, right? And then...
No, I'm not going to say that. I am harsh when it comes to...
This is a tough group, though. This is a tough group. Tunisia is a good team.
This is a tough group.
I think this is the toughest group of the tournament. Tunisia is a good team. Japan is great. Netherlands is great. Sweden is also great. Like a good team. And granted, I don't know if any of the Swedish players are injured because I remember Isak was injured before. Is he still injured?
He's back. He made a really beautiful goal versus Greece.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, he's back. So that's good. I mean, on the paper, I think it's good now.
Isaac
Uh,
Gyökeres. I mean,
yes, exactly. Yeah, that is two good top forwards. So I mean, who
Gyökeres
knows?
just won the Premier League with
Yeah,
Arsenal.
yeah.
You know, I'm just saying. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, my guy could have something
yeah,
to prove in the World Cup with his team.
yeah. Of
Um,
course, I would love to see them make it from the group and everything and move on into the tournament. But it's really hard to say. As you just said initially, it's a hard group to,
it is definitely a hard group
you
to
know.
get out of. Yeah, consider again, considering how good Japan is right now,
Exactly,
they've got
exactly.
really good players. Takafusa
Yeah, yeah.
Kubo. They've got what's his name? I think it's Honda. There's a lot of players who play for
Could be.
Japan right now who are playing in Europe, like a ton of
Yes,
their top players, and their
yes.
goalkeeper, Suzuki Zion. This guy's like
Mm.
190 centimeters, and
Yeah, yeah,
he's a actually good keeper. Like I think he's playing in
yeah.
Italy or something like that. So I'm just saying, Japan could do this. I think this is the first time Japan has had a keeper that tall, if I'm correct. You know,
Mm.
I don't think their previous keepers have been this tall. I think, and he's really good. He is
Yeah,
really good.
right.
So, and I'll be a bit biased. I'm a big Suzuki Honda fan. You know, sorry, Suzuki Zion Suzuki. I'm a big fan of his. I have him in my
Mm.
eFootball team because I built a full Japanese team for my eFootball team. Doan is up front for
Cool.
my team. You've got you got your mixture
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
current and legends. But I will say this much: if he does really well in the World Cup, if Japan goes far, I see him moving from Italy to one of the bigger leagues. I could see him moving to a bigger club because he's a good player. I could see him in either in Spain or in England.
Mm.
And as especially because of the fact all these countries and all these big teams want good goalkeepers, I
Yes.
could see him in a big team playing as a big goalkeeper for a team. And I'm just saying, Real Madrid
Yeah,
is currently in the market as far as I've heard. He might go there.
yeah.
He might go to. I would love to see him in Barcelona. I think he'd do
Right.
great in Barcelona. But they've got a decent keeper right now.
Yep.
But you never know. You never know these
You
things.
never know.
So next
Well,
group
well.
is Germany, Curacao, Cote d'Ivoire, and the next up is gonna be film. We're
Yeah,
gonna
we're
talk.
soon gonna get.
We're gonna get into it soon,
Yeah.
Nalu. Don't worry. So we've got Germany, Curacao, Cote d'Ivoire, and Ecuador. Right? I think
Well,
there's no question with Germany. They're gonna go through.
Yes.
I think Cote d'Ivoire are the next ones to go through. I don't see Curacao going through. They're a small country.
Yeah.
And granted, I would love to see Curacao go through. I mean, they're from the Caribbean. I'm a Caribbean guy,
Yeah,
hello?
it's super cool.
It'll be
Yeah,
super
sure.
cool. I just don't think they'll go through.
Now, realistically, I don't think so either.
Ecuador could be a toss up, but I still don't think they go
They,
through there. I
they,
think
they can. Yeah, they can.
they can, but I think Cote d'Ivoire has a better team. I think they have
Yeah.
better players. A lot of their players play in Europe. Cote d'Ivoire beat France recently 2-1.
Right.
They beat South Korea 4-0 and they beat Scotland 1-0. So like these guys know how to play football. They're one of those teams. They know how to play football. So I could see them going through. I could see them going through easy. They could top the group as well. But that's it. Those are the groups that we have for the World Cup. I don't think I missed any. I think those are. Oh, I missed the Brazil group. Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. Brazil should.
Brazil.
I think they can go through.
Maybe.
I can see Scotland. I would not like. I honestly don't want Morocco to go through. They cheated too much in the AFCON. I would love to see them get knocked out. And I say this as someone who, before the AFCON, loved Morocco. Thought they were an amazing team. I liked their players a lot. And I think the way they played the AFCON, cheating a lot with their ball boys, stealing towels and fighting people on the sidelines and all that kind of stuff, and the fact that they got no ramifications because of that kind of behavior, because they were the hosts. They were hosting the AFCON. I think because of that, for me, I don't want to see Morocco do good in this tournament, and that's just a personal bias. Are they a good team? Yes, I do think Morocco is a good team. But I think a good team should not behave like that. I think you should have honor. You should have sort of just just fairness. And I think they were very cheap and unfair during that tournament. It's all recorded. It's all online. You could see the crap they were doing. I think Morocco deserves to be knocked out of this group early days. I'd love to see Brazil batter them. I'd love to see Scotland batter them. I would love to see Haiti batter them. Of all the teams, I would love to see the Haitians batter them, especially this is Haiti's first World Cup, and I'd love to see the Haitians do well. I think the team they should batter the most should be Morocco, and that's just because of the fact I thought Morocco cheated. I think they need to be humbled, and I think the fact that they got no ramifications because of that kind of behavior, because they were the host. They were hosting the AFCON. I think because of that, for me, I don't want to see Morocco do good in this tournament, and that's just a personal bias. I think a good team should not behave like that. I think you should have honor. You should have and hopefully they actually take that humbling and come back next time and think, you know what, we're gonna be better, a better team, and we're not gonna be this cheating stuff, and actually show our skill on the pitch, because outside of cheating stuff, they are a good team. They are a good team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just think they ruined their reputation by the crap that they did in the AFCON, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's just it. Morocco. Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, that's our World Cup talk. We're probably gonna have a bit of World Cup talk throughout the week.
Yeah, it comes back, of course.
Throughout the weeks, we're probably
Updates.
gonna have some updates on how it's going. For all the people that are going to be there at the tournament. Yeah, I hope you guys have all you guys all suck it, because of the fact they're all probably just rich people, and you can suck it because the rest of us regular schmegly people can't afford tickets there. So
Nope.
all you rich people going to the World Cup, suck it. Right, the rest of us at home, those of you at home, that are gonna watch the World Cup, and if your local television is showing it, well, you have a means. If not,
Exactly.
there's always the high seas. Don't give FIFA your money.
True.
Anyway, that being said, let's jump into the topic of the week. Rog, you've been watching something that I have not watched, and but it is connected to a series or a caricature that
Indeed.
that I think we're both fans of. So I will love to hear your feedback on
Absolutely.
Let's hear it.
No, it's true. It's definitely a kind of an epic story thing, because we're talking about Superman, but not like a Superman movie or Superman series, but pre-Superman. I mean, we've all seen, well, at least I have seen all the Superman movies, and most of them, they portray like when when Kal-El is a little baby, and Krypton is about to get destroyed, and his parents, Jor-El and whatever his mom's name is, they are preparing him leave with this vessel into deep space and onto Earth. Everyone's seen that, knows that. But what we don't know so much about is the story behind what happened before, like before the like catastrophe, and especially also a bit more about Jor-El, his father, but even further back, because this series that I'm about to talk about a bit, making this a long one, is called Krypton. And I just finished it yesterday. It's on Prime Video, and it tells the story about Superman's grandfather, and his name is Seg-El, and he later on gets Jor-El as his son, which is obviously Superman's father. Kal-El is Superman. And this is the untold story, and it's about Superman's grandfather. He fights for justice on his home planet, because it's a different. It's like almost like a god in control. At least they see him like that, and Superman's or no, Superman's grandfather's grandfather is they have all these houses. This is the house of Kal-El. It's like the highest society part of Krypton. Long story short, he gets into a bad situation, gets accused for treason, and he's about to get executed. And that's when the story kind of starts. And Seg-El, in this case, which is then Superman's grandfather, he's just a boy. And then it skips forward. We don't know if his grandfather actually died due to the execution. It was a bit weird. He stepped out of this world, not into the Phantom Zone. That comes later. I'm not going to spoil too much, but he disappears. But then this Seg-El grows up, and they get degraded also after this execution, whatever you want to call it. So he's no one. He's literally, up down at the lowest part of the Kryptonian society. And that's where the story starts. And then, of course, you have this resistance movement starting to grow, and he becomes a part of it. and there's some romance involved, and there's action, and there's this story that connects a bit onto what happens with Superman, and one character or two characters actually, I'm not going to spoil, that comes into play here. uh, well, what the frack, I can say one, which is which is Zod, General Zod.
Mhm.
And yeah, it becomes a bit interesting. I think though, I at some point I have to say that, bro, I I felt as if I'm okay. Here I am again watching this series that like isn't like super good, and it's like me watching all these episodes of Arrow or the Arrow. You remember? I
Yeah.
just, but I needed to know how will this end.
It's
This is not,
emotional up and down. That's it.
yeah, don't get me wrong. This is not like a bad series per se, but it's not that great either. But it did surprise me. It has a 6.8 on IMDb
Mhm.
out of 10, and that's pretty good. You know, it's
Mhm.
so over average at least. I would give it a bit lower, maybe 6.4, 6.3,
Mhm.
which means that it's definitely okay to watch, but don't expect like the best of the best. But
Mhm.
again, I think if you are into sci-fi, if you like Superman, if you're interested just because of that to know what is this? Like what happened before all the known facts that we know about Superman and his well, family, if you want, his house of L.
Mhm.
So then it could be interesting. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm not going to say so much more because if I go deeper into this, it's going to become spoilers eventually.
Here's a question. What I want to know: do they have powers in this, or are they just like normal because they're on their main planet, or are they just like?
they don't they don't have powers. Some actually, I'm going to correct myself. A few, there's a few that have powers, but it's other reasons which I
So it's
can't
not like
say
Superman
because
powers, like flying and
no,
punching stuff, and
because that gets explained by someone coming time traveling in the
mm,
series from Earth, because he knows that something bad is about to happen to Earth and to Superman. So he needs to go back in time to warn the Kryptonians of this matter. And then when he meets, small spoiler then, uh, Segel's grandfather, apparently, he says that, well, because this Kal-El, he will have powers. He will be like a god on Earth, a
mm-hmm,
superhero. He's, yeah, due to to our sun.
mm-hmm.
Well,
The
you know,
Red
the
Sun.
yellow sun.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yellow Sun.
exactly.
That's the name. That's the
Yellow
one.
sun. Yeah. So there you go.
Okay. Okay.
and
Sounds
and
good.
and I yeah, it is good. It's not bad as said. It's not like, yeah, oh, you got to watch this otherwise yeah, you're making a mistake.
Mm,
But it's cool. It's cool. I also want to add when it comes to science fiction and everything, because I know that Nalu is talking about Disclosure Day.
mm-hmm.
I have that in my mind. First off, I love sci-fi. I love Steven Spielberg. I
I've
am
not heard of
very
this.
interested, and I've been very interested a very, very, very long time when it comes to the whole UFO UIP thing going on. And as you know, we might get closer to Disclosure Day in real life as well. I just actually watched an interview today when people from the Congress were talking a bit more about all the material. You might have seen
Mm-hmm.
coming from Pentagon now, quite astonishing, you know, footage and videos
Mm.
from,
I haven't
you
seen
know.
that. You're gonna have to
Oh,
send
you
me
haven't?
send me a link, bro. Send me a
This is
link.
no,
I haven't
but
seen
this
it.
is it's to be found on the war department when it comes to. It has over billions of views already. They
Really?
are, yes. Did you know this? They are slowly now showing what they have had under their, you know, there has been um, the X Files, if you will.
Okay. Send me a
It's
link.
true.
Send me a link. I haven't seen this.
It's and they have over like 10,000 of these
Well, I'm not gonna watch
because.
10,000 videos, but there's gonna be some
But
guy
I
on
want to
YouTube
say
who's
one
put
thing.
together all of it.
This could be a topic of itself. But it is pretty darn clear now, at least, that when they start to release it, due to the pressure from the Congress and also from Trump,
Mm-hmm.
that it's been a cover up for 70 to 80 years. They
Mm-hmm.
have been lying about it.
Mhm.
The question is though regarding the deep state behind this, because so many people aren't aware of it, and the private um, companies that are involved in this. It's like it's when you start to peel like an onion, and it never ends. It's like wow. And I'm telling you, bro, my take on this is that we will soon, most likely, well, it's very obvious that they don't know what this is. It is there. They have the evidence now.
Mhm.
No one can say that UFOs doesn't exist because they do.
Mhm.
It's very obvious, but we don't know really what it is. But some people apparently do, but they're not telling us.
Mm.
So it's super interesting, and it's freaking crazy. And the whistleblowers that have been heard in Congress from 2023, they have of course said that there are more to come. And maybe I'm not sure if how far they will be able to go with this, since it's
Mhm.
been so like big stamp and into a desk like for all these years. But
Mhm.
it's obvious that it has a huge impact.
Mm.
It could have a in it can honestly, if this is something out of our world,
Mhm.
or and as some people believe in a parallel universe, because that's actually one of
The
the
theories.
the theories behind it from a scientific point of view,
Mhm.
uh, then a lot of things will change on Earth. That I can say. Yeah,
Wow. Well, I will have to.
yeah.
I'll have to check this out.
Yes, it's crazy. It's crazy. But as said, most because it's not like these movies and the small pics and everything. It's not from like some guy out on the field. It can be as well. It's everything from private persons to military personnel, because a lot of these has been filmed with like the IRL cameras that locks on,
Mhm.
because since these crafts are moving in crazy speed,
Mhm.
and do maneuvers that, and I think that's the thing that people like, they do maneuvers that we can't do this. We
Yeah.
don't we don't
We
have the
don't have
tech.
the technology for it.
No, it's and there's no propulsion system. There's no like jet beam or anything. It's anti-gravity.
It's just flying.
It's
It's
just freaking, it's crazy.
it's just doing what flying things do. Level air.
Yeah, but it's yeah, you should check it out definitely. I think
Oh, I will. I will. I will definitely give it
but
a.
we got to move on though. But I wanted to put it in there because yeah, lizard men are real. Yeah, who knows?
That's the
Who
thing, right?
knows?
Is if there's one thing I've learned in life is question everything, and that we never truly know everything that we think we do. At the end of
True.
the day, there's and I can put it in a simple way. There's the reality that you think you know, and then there's the reality that you get to understand as you learn more. And a good
Sure.
example of that is just between Roger and myself. I thought Swedish people all spoke like the way they speak in television shows, and just all were name Jan, and I'm being a bit facetious here, and stuff like that. I'm exaggerating, but that being said, um, the more I've gotten to know Raj, the more I've been like, oh, Swedes are just pretty cool, and it is just genuinely the more you know, and the more I've traveled, the more I've been around the world, the more I've met people from different places and so forth, the more I've realized, oh wow, look, like things that I thought that I used to think, I no longer think anymore because I've experienced and learned more, and it
Sure.
does come down to the fact of that. So that has made me very much open minded when it comes to things that to the fact that anything can be possible. I'm open to the possibility of whatever may come. But if it does turn out that we've got some X Files to dig through, well, we've got some X Files to dig through. That'll be interesting. It will be
Yeah.
very very interesting indeed. If I do say so myself. So.
Uh, I just gonna send you the link to the U.S. Department of War, where they have collected it's the combination of pictures, videos, and also documents all the way back to the 40s, like late 40s, thinking about Roswell and everything. So
Send it
it's
over. Send it over.
I will, so you
I
can
will
when you have
say
the
I will
time.
say this much though. Speaking like if I since you're sending those over, I'll have a go at my watching for the week. I've not been watching a lot of telly. I'll be honest. Haven't watched any new anime. Haven't watched any new shows. I have just been watching documentaries.
Yeah, but that's nice. That's nice. I
I've
like
just been
documentaries.
watching a lot of documentaries. I don't remember the name of any of the ones I've watched this week because they're saved on my computer. And I was trying to find. There's a specific one I watched this week that I really wanted to share on the podcast, but I just didn't have enough time before starting the episode to like dig up the name of it. So I will get into it another day. But it was on
Mm.
football. It was a documentary about football. It was a documentary about the World Cup. It was a documentary about previous World Cups. And I thought it quite fascinating because it made a lot of comparisons and it had a lot of back and forth. And you know me, I love a good documentary. I love digging into stuff. And it was sort of a documentary where they're sort of like digging into the details of certain things and they're like pointing out sort of conspiratorial sort of way, and I guess it kind of lines up with this whole UFO sort of stuff. It's sort of like they're like, look, this and this match. Like if you look at these two things, this kind of lines up with what we're talking about here. And I was just like, that's kind of true though. So yeah, I can't remember the name of the documentary. I will find it at some point and I'll embed it either as a pin comment in this episode or in the I'll put it somewhere and we will get to partake in it. Nalu's saying about video game. Did you watch teaser for Persona 6? I have not. Send it to me, Nalu. I haven't seen it yet. But that being said, I will use this time to talk about the World Cup again. So we have two World Cup segments. And the second part of the World Cup again, which kind of links with my documentary, is just a list so far of all the countries that are probably gonna have problems in this World Cup because of the fact that where things are happening with their players and staff and fans. So to start with, the Switzerland team, the Swiss footballer was well, his visa was put under review, and he was unable to join his team for until days later, which is like what? That is weird. He's from Switzerland. He's in Europe. That is, I mean, if you want to call problems, that's weird. Iraq, their national team player Amin Hussein was held for questioning for nearly 7 hours upon entering the United States. I have been held in the US for questioning. It is not nice, especially when you're just passing through like I was. So I can imagine he's probably gonna have a shit World Cup. The Iranian national team spent days dealing with U.S. visa procedures at the U.S. Consulate in Turkey. The U.S. only allowed them to enter on match days. 15 team members of their delegation were denied visas. Some I don't know how to say his name. Omar Arton, named counter CAF, CAF, the African Cup of tournament or whatever they're called. He was named their best referee of 2025. Was denied a visa despite traveling to the United States with a diplomatic passport. Usually, when you have this diplomatic passport, you're supposed to be able to just travel anywhere. But apparently not in this guy's case. He was refused and sent back. FIFA announced that he will not be able to officiate for the tournament. That's kind of suckish. South Africa national team arrived in the United States much later than planned because part of the delegation was not granted visas. Members of the Senegalese national team staff were forced to remove their shoes and subjected to lengthy searches, sparking accusation of racism. Uzbekistan's national team was searched with bomb sniffer dogs and footage went viral for the international media. I think their coach is because I saw this on YouTube actually. Their coach is an Italian World Cup winning coach. I can't remember his name, but he's won the World Cup with Italy. He's a famous football player. I just can't remember his name right now. But their coach, if I'm correct, because that's how it made news. It made the news because of the fact it was like, this is a famous football player, famous coach that they're like, like strip searching and stuff. Anyway, Scotland the Scottish are not a big fan of all of this as well. Scottish supporters, despite being eligible to enter the United States visa-free under the ESTA program, had their travel authorizations revoked just days before departure. Many supporters who have already bought tickets and booked accommodations had their visas application rejected, resulting in financial losses because FIFA is not offering refunds, apparently. So
That's weird. Also, that's super weird.
super weird.
I
Super
mean,
weird.
not
So
having refunds is.
it is messed up. So what I will say, which is what people in the comments have been saying to these things, is that if you don't bid to host a World Cup if you don't want people coming to your country, let other countries host the World Cup. As far as I'm concerned, Mexico and Canada could have done it on their own. I think it would have been a fantastic World Cup with just Mexico and Canada. I think throughout this World Cup we're gonna have crazy stories like this. And again, if you don't want people in your country, don't host the World Cup because like it
Yeah.
it just makes sense. You could keep people out. Don't ask to host the World Cup where the world is coming to your country. The world, not just who you want. The world. So yeah, that's my take. That's my telly for the week because I haven't been watching anything else. I've just been watching
Yay.
documentaries. So yeah, that's essentially the rundown.
Cool.
Other than that, VHMA Gaming, I've been playing eFootball, which I've also been playing World Cup stuff because I have been, making my team even better. Xavi, my son, who has he has signed a full Portuguese team and he has a full English team, and he is
Nice.
he's still not better than me. I still kick his butt, so it is what
It
it
takes some time.
is.
Yeah.
I'm just not good. It is what it is. But yeah, I've been playing good. I have not lost a match since the World Cup tournament. Fingers crossed. I
Cool.
don't lose a match still. I have had quite. I came close though. I came close. There was this guy who he scored I think maybe 2 or 3 goals on me at the beginning. I was like, ooh, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. And the second half, your boy came alive. I was like, yeah, la baller. So
Uh-huh.
I rescued myself. It was a draw, and I was happy
Good.
enough to take the draw because
Yeah.
he was pretty good. He was
Hmm.
pretty good. So I've been playing E.
Good.
That's basically it. I haven't played anything else, which is sad. I should play more video games, but I just don't get the time, and
Nah. Nah.
it is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, as we said before, time is a thing, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you don't have so much time now, it's just so I totally understand. You want to play what you know that you like to play. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah, gotta be the,
Yeah.
the, the people who are suckish against me because they deserve it. Now this says I already put in the JRPG channel in Discord. Persona 4 Revival looks great. I am actually keen to see Persona 4 Revival. I am keen to see that. I am keen. There's a side of me that's thinking, do I really want to play with Persona 4 again though? Because that was a long game. I enjoyed it, but do I want to replay
Hmm.
that game or do I want to play something new? I don't know. There's a lot of gaming news that I would love for us to talk about, but we don't have the time today, and
No.
maybe next week. But there's a lot of stuff changing in the gaming industry right now, especially with the cost of memory and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of gaming news, but I think we'll have to save that for another time. I think Nintendo had a
Yeah.
direct as well, so yeah. Anyway, Rog, you have been playing the same game that you've been playing last week as well, just like me.
Yes. 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 It's one of them actually. I finished this very interesting adventure psychological horror game called
Ooh,
Indika yesterday,
ooh la la.
which is said as before. It's made by Russian devs. I think it's a Polish publisher.
Ooh la la.
Uh,
Ooh
yeah,
la la. Now I like it even more.
and yeah, and as I said, it's a really it was for me now since I finished it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting game, pretty trippy and crazy and strange once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed it. It was a nice trip, and it's also pretty. We're talking about length, pretty easy to handle
Mm-hmm.
over well, I mean, was it 3, 4 streams, meaning 6, 8 hours, 8 hours, maybe
Mm-hmm.
7, 8 hours ish,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I liked it. I mean, again, it did well when it was released in 2024. It got some prizes as well, I think. So I can understand why. I totally understand why it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I have been actually revisiting. You mentioned a colleague at work when it comes to prestige weapons. I have been
Ooh.
revisiting Black Ops 7, Call of Duty,
Mm-hmm.
since I haven't played much COD
How
for
many
years.
prestiges
Since
do you have, Rog? How many prestiges do you have?
uh, I have a few, but I think at least two of them are snipers. Are you surprised?
No, I'm not.
Uh, no, but to be honest with you, the only reason I did it, and this is interesting, right,
Mm-hmm.
is because Treyarch decided to make a game mode called Black Ops Classic.
Ooh.
And what that means, it caters, it's a throwback game mode.
Mm-hmm.
So they have toned down the movement. It's a bit slower. They have taken away the omni movement, moving in all directions. It basically plays like older card games did back in the days. And
Mm.
it has become very popular.
Old school COD. Hey, you know what? If it ain't broke,
So,
don't fix it. That's kind of what
nah,
it is.
exactly. So what I did is I made a video just the other day, and I think it's called Black Ops 7 is finally fixed now. Because in a way, that's exactly what it is. Because I mean, this is what most people, sure, if you maybe ask someone that started to play these games like 4 years ago, they
Mm-hmm.
might have a different answer because they are also younger.
Yeah.
But if you ask someone like me, or maybe even someone that is about around maybe Isaac's age, around 25-ish,
Mm-hmm.
I think they would definitely enjoy the classic game mode. Because the thing is that what happens is that you don't have to think about the movement all the time, sliding into gunfights and throwing yourself to the side. You
Mm-hmm.
can think about more about placing and aim. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
finally, again, you also feel that good aim actually rewards you, if that makes sense. So I think it's great. What does it mean for the game? Well, it means that it's here right now. I think they're evaluating. I think that's what they do. It's a temporary game mode,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess if it plays out well due to their data, everyone looks into their data,
Mm-hmm.
then
It might
maybe it's
stick
going to be
around.
permanent. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
who knows? Because I know I'm thinking about the next card coming up now. We're going to see things coming out very, very soon,
Mm-hmm.
more when it comes to Infinity Ward's new
Yeah.
game, which is going to be Modern Warfare 4. And I know that they won't have omni movement. It's going to be some sort of, I think at least you can probably slide it or whatever have you, and a bit of some kind of wall jumping, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to be like crazy. And so for me, that sounds in a way a bit promising. I am not against omni movement. I kind
Mm-hmm.
of had fun with it in BO6 and BO7,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the problem is more like the base games, and the like the games overall doesn't
Mm-hmm.
really appeal to me. But again, I went back. I had a throwback thing playing this classic game mode, and it was pretty cool. There was one thing though that I realized a problem, and that has to do with the spawn system. Because now when you don't have the full movement from the full game, so to say,
Mm-hmm.
it slows you down, and it means that you will sometimes spawn too close to the enemies, if that makes sense. And when you do, you can't really get out of the situation. So sometimes you got pinged too early and shot because you were just there.
Mm-hmm.
If they looked into that and tweaked that accordingly to what it means to play classic with the slower movement or the
Mm-hmm.
classic movement of COD, then maybe that would become even better.
Yeah. I mean,
And yeah,
I was gonna say like I think at the end of it all, like looking at the reviews, like on Steam at least, for most of the modern Call of Duties, especially Black Ops 7, it's mostly negative. So
yeah,
it does show that the fan base is not happy with this. And as you
no,
go further down to the older ones, it's very positive. So
yeah,
it's very clear that people like the old COD games. They do not like the new COD games. Just
sure,
get it done. Like they should know what to do.
exactly.
Give people
Yeah,
what
get
they
it done,
want
get
when
it
they're
done.
paying their money.
Yeah, it's interesting, is it? I think it's a bit like the same what happened with sorry, the other franchise, meaning Battlefield and Battlefield
Hmm.
6. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I mentioned it before.
Hmm.
They had like a blueprint when it comes to Battlefield 4, when it comes to like a modern warfare setting.
Hmm.
And I was hoping that it would lean even more towards that because people would go crazy if it would have.
Yeah.
But Not really. They made it more like more Call of Duty and less Battlefield in my taste and book. But I also want to say something when Nolly is writing here. Prestige in weapons is worth it until you complete all of camos. No, exactly. I agree. I'm not so much in prestiging or playing towards camos.
Mhm.
I'm more like, oh, I played so much that I guess I unlocked everything. It's more like that, like accident. Oh, I've done these challenges. Look at that now.
Mhm.
Interesting. Uh, Not so much for me, but it's there, and I know a lot of people love to do that.
Mhm.
Have a goal with their, what they're playing for. Yeah, maybe they'll add a classic game of Tomorrow Warfare 4. Yeah, that is a thought I have also. I mean, if they see that this is playing out well with Black Ops 7, maybe they do it here in Modern Warfare 4. I wish it would be. I wish instead, of course, that it would be like the base of the game, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
But we'll see. We'll see
We
what
shall see.
happens.
I've got a
Yeah,
question for you, though. I've got a
yeah.
question for you. And this is nothing to do with Call of Duty, but it kind of does. Uh, so, Call of Duty aside, have you seen that new James Bond game? And if yes, are you interested in playing it or no?
Which one what did you say?
The new double oh
That
007 game, First Light.
Oh, I've just yeah, I know about it. I haven't had time to watch like see something
I
to be honest.
haven't
So
watched it really, but
I
it's
haven't. Of course, I mean it's kind of interesting. We all know how lit it was back in the days, like the classic. What was that called? The double oh
GoldenEye.
007.
GoldenEye was the
Yeah, thank
classic.
you, GoldenEye. There we go. I mean, come on.
Let me just read up its rep sheet. This game has 10 out of 10s and 9 out of 10s from almost everywhere, and it's very positive on Steam. Your boy is intrigued. Your boy
Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
intrigued, Raj. Your
Yeah,
boy is
yeah, but
intrigued to
I
do
am in
some
a way
James Bond
too.
pew pew.
James Bond Pew Pew is cool in itself, so of course it is of interest. It's good that you reminded me. I will take a look into it.
It's on my
To be
radar.
honest. Yeah,
I am thinking your
yeah.
boy might want to. Is that Lenny Kravitz?
Oh, is it?
Raj, I'm
Okay.
gonna send you a picture. This is from the
Yeah,
game.
do that.
Tell me if this doesn't look like Lenny
Yeah.
Kravitz to you. Oh my god! If Lenny
When you
Kravitz,
do, I also, since we're getting time is flying here, but I also want to answer you, Nalu. Yes, I did play the original Modern Warfare 3. I started to play Call of Duty back in COD 4, so I've gone through all these Modern Warfare 2, 2009, and Modern Warfare 3, and so on. Yeah, uh, yeah. I did not play the Living Dead game mode. I didn't. No, I did not. I was too stuck in the multiplayer.
mm.
Yeah.
Hey Raj, take a look at it.
Okay, let me see.
Tell me if that doesn't look like Lenny Kravitz to you.
It looks like Lenny Kravitz.
It bloody
But
well looks like Lenny Kravitz, right?
it's very
Is he in
close
the game?
to.
I would love it if he did voice work for the game. I would love it. I'd love it a lot.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I'm a big Lenny
All
Kravitz
right.
fan. If you guys didn't know that already,
Yeah, yeah.
your boy loves some Lenny Kravitz.
He's
You know,
cool.
he is very cool. He's not just cool.
Yeah.
He's very cool.
He has a cool daughter as well.
Oh, his daughter is quite attractive. Mr. Lenny Kravitz, sir. Respectfully, of course. Sensational.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Live it. Okay, yeah. So, where were we?
Yeah, well,
We're
I
wrapping
think we
up.
are.
I think
Yeah, I
I
think
think
we
we've got a
are.
podcast, right? While we wrap up the podcast, or while you say your closing lines, I'm just gonna search to see the if I can get James Bond for free, for cheap. Sorry, on the let me see Steam keys. Let me see if they have any deals anywhere. Your boy might want to get a little discount. I don't want to pay full price because money's tight.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the cheapest we're seeing is about 39 quid.
Mm-hmm.
Still a bit too rich for my blood.
Yeah.
We might want to wait a little bit for this game.
Yeah, I will wait. I will wait a bit.
Do I have a birthday coming up? I mean, my birthday is in December, but
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit far away.
I could accept gifts early. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I think
Just so you know, early bird, welcome.
early bird, feel free to give me my birthday presents early. Your boy needs some James Bond in his life. It's this just saying, this game is looking awesome, and I haven't played an awesome action game in a while. I feel like this may be it for me. but I can't.
Indeed.
I've got to think about it. I gotta think about it. Oh my god, I'm actually really keen for this game now. I'm thinking about it more and more. Anyway, Raj, we've got to get out of here
Yeah,
before I end up
yeah,
buying James Bond on the
yeah.
podcast.
Same here. Okay, so with that said, and it's kicked in. Now it's kicked in. It's latency. I have latency today, in my head. Thank you for watching. Nice to have you guys here. I hope you enjoyed. We have been going through the beautiful stuff we have been doing throughout the week, but also what we have been watching and what we have been playing. So have a nice one. Take care and hope to talk to you also next week. So with that said, Muffin and out.
Beautiful as always. I can't believe there was a game that came out a while ago called 007 Legends. Apparently it was on Steam. If you want a copy of this game right now on Steam, a Steam copy, someone is selling a Steam key for this game. Want to guess how much it costs, Raj? Want to guess the price of a Steam key for this game?
No idea. $20.
$20, Raj, come on, go a bit higher.
I don't know. Is it? Aha, okay. We're talking like $60.
No. This is one of those games that's delisted on Steam. You can't get it anymore.
Yeah, okay. It's game preservation. We're talking like $120.
Nope, a bit higher than that.
Oh, are we even up to 200?
Higher than that.
No, really, 300?
£370 for 007 Legends on a Steam key for this game. Bloody hell. Wow. Anyway, that being said, you can find Raj at the number 40 SPLA. Sorry, with a number 40 SPLISH, SPLASH. He streams on a Tuesday and a Sunday. That's correct?
Yes.
You can find me at Guardians LPGRDIN, Guardians LPU, pretty much everywhere else. And you can find us at Simply Binge UK, pretty much all over the place. And as always, we wouldn't like you guys to miss out on any of the episodes of That Beautiful Life podcast. Many beautiful people like you subscribe to this podcast on Acast, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, simplybinge.com, and elsewhere. And we're so confident they're going to like it that we're giving it for free. So, as always, guys, this has been queued for your pleasure. That's a wrap. There's the episode leveler, all that good stuff.
In the box.
If you want something to do, get some James Bond in your life. Pew, pew. Pew, pew. We might be marketing for Get James Bond, but we're not getting paid for it. You know, look,
True.
James Bond developers, here's the thing.
We are here.
Just send us a free copy. We don't need money. We'll just take a free copy of this slide. Yeah. And then we'll live stream it. Yeah. Oh, don't forget to check Discord. I'll check Discord. Don't worry now. Before I get off the computer, I'll check Discord. All right, guys. I will catch you guys in the next one. Well, Roger's still here, but you guys, I'll catch you guys later. Hopefully my chat is working next time and I can actually have it in front of me instead of like to the side.
Easier.